Well, YouTube recommended me some raver videos after talking about it last night. I was ranting and raving about it. Where's all the music videos at? Because I haven't seen music videos in years. Because I was trying to find music videos like real quick last night and I couldn't find it. Like I'm more interested in raver stuff. I've probably searched more about raver videos, raver documentaries than than anything on YouTube, so it just don't make sense. They keep recommending me the other stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I got some sausage, onion, pickle, and some baked beans. Trying to use a real spoon instead of plastic. So yeah, the raver video, I shared it on my community page, so it's on my profile. It was from Behring, UK, and it was about the 80s and acid house in the United Kingdom. It was good. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was only about 30 minutes long. I had a cup of coffee and I ate a Little Debbie. That Little Debbie fucked me up because I got cavities in between my teeth since I was a teenager because I didn't floss enough. So I had a little bit of mouthwash left. I brushed my teeth, I did some mouthwash, I flossed. Them Little Debbies, man. You only need about 10 grams a day of sugar. But yeah, I shared the video, so go watch it. I thought about live streaming it, but it just don't do it any justice. It's not good. Low quality live stream. I realized that my phone has this loud buzzing sound. So I'm sorry, I apologize. Sausage, this is so good. Thank you, God. Thank you, humanity, for this food. I appreciate the earth. I appreciate humanity. Have some gratitude. Yeah, but I was having some chest pains today. Just from stress. the internet wasn't working. Lots of bad news on the news channel. Just having flashbacks of my life and stuff. But yeah, keep your personal stuff to yourself. Try not to complain about everybody and everything. I try to just complain to myself and kind of tell myself to shut up. But from hanging out with friends in the past, it definitely helps just to vent to like a friend in person. But, you know, still kind of beating around the bush and not being so direct, just kind of, you know. But yeah, them raves, they had to keep it a secret. Spicy. It was crazy, like one of the first biggest raves was at Stonehenge until they broke it up from that documentary by Burying UK. And not everybody that raves likes the drug. They just like the music. They just like the sense of community. I don't know if it's the same anymore. I don't even know nothing about that world. I mean, I haven't experienced it myself, but like, I see folks in California be talking about it. I really can't play a lot of music like till next month or I'll get banned. YouTube's freaking weird, man. Now I want to start recommending me raver videos, raver documentaries. That's what I'm interested in. I'm done with all the psychology stuff and investment channels. They go on and on and on. I hope the war stops. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's terrible. I don't want people to keep dying like that. But they talking about it on the news. I just want to spread love, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to spread division, hatred, bigotry. Follow your passions. Follow your heart. Life's too short to be consuming all the negativity on the news. I know it's exciting. You get an adrenaline rush. But it ain't nothing like raving. It ain't nothing like the shared experience of being with friends and just having a good time. But do they play that on the news? No. You won't hear about raving in a positive light on the news. It was cold as fuck outside. It was hurting my ears again. I gave the chicken some corn. The cat still ain't come back. He gone. Coyote may have gotten him. Or he ran off with his buddy. Cats ain't loyal. Yeah, but go watch the video. I shared it on my page. Enjoy. They was getting together on the parties through payphones. Like about a group of like 6 or 7 friends go to a payphone. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Before I was born. That stuff was going on in the early 80s. They even mentioned Dallas because it did, like, the part in America started in Dallas at the clubs. Like, they must have pulled a little bit from each little documentary and then put it together and then gave it their own, you know, their own spin, their own form. But I'd already seen that one. It was a guy carrying around a saddlebag full of MDMA, passing them around at the clubs, that, like, at the bars, and it was legal. It was before it was illegal. They was all white pills. I don't know what they look like. I don't know if they was the, you know, like, I don't even know what, like, if they even had a stamp on it. Probably didn't. Because they say that the first legendary ones were the Mitsubishis and the Blue Dolphins. Those were legendary. And the majority of the people have no idea because it was suppressed. All that love, suppressed, oppressed. Make clubs great again. Yeah, now I want to go binge watch raver documentaries. I was having, like, mental thoughts, like, while watching that. I was like, damn. The South don't know how to rave. The South, do folks even know raving in the South? It must be a bunch of small house parties. Sometimes I want to, like, start a nightclub or something. It ain't the same, man. We Republican, conservative people are prejudiced against that. Coming from a perspective of ignorance. They never even tried it. Probably says it looks funny, looks weird. Why are they sweating so much? Why are their eyes so big? Why they don't stop moving? Well, yeah, it's fucking fun. Yeah, it's a spiritual experience. It'll open your mind to yourself, your true worth, your inner worth. It erodes the ego. People get together, love one another. Don't matter what color you are. Don't matter what breed you are. Everybody comes together on that stuff. Unless they're just mentally ill. I'm not sure. I'm not really a crazy person. I've never seen a crazy person take it. I don't want to. I don't want to be around crazy folks while I'm raving. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't cool, you just ain't cool. But I don't like that vibe. I'm not here to entertain crazy folks. The mentally ill. I'm sorry that y'all have to go through what y'all go through. I already have crazy people in my family. I don't like being around them. It's depressing. But yeah, I miss my real friends. I've got a lot of friends. We're all old now. We're getting older. A lot of us have families, businesses, jobs. And I think ever since 2020, everybody kind of stopped communicating a little bit. It's hard to come back, especially getting on Facebook. I don't even want to get on Facebook no more. You know what I'm saying? They banned the president. How you gonna ban the president? Crazy. And that's when I was like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. Tired of getting messages from cousins and shit. Aunts and uncles, like, Facebook sucks. They don't even want folks to find a relationship. Keep people lost. Yeah. But I love having fun. I'm not here to complain. I'm sorry for complaining. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'd rather make like one of those documentaries or something and then narrate it. It'd be awesome. But it's tough. You gotta plan it out. You gotta write it down, plan it out. You know, my probation officer one time, she said, write down your small goals and then accomplish them one by one. And she was right. It's just a matter of will and determination. I call it running the gauntlet, but I'm not very good at it. But once I'm around people, I'm okay. Deep down, I am a people's person. It's just, I feel like we live in an antisocial society. But it's cool. I respect it. I love my country. I love it. The majority of people are good. And I can see that. Right about now, it's time to have some fun. Get it, y'all. Get it, y'all. Ain't gonna see me getting no alcohol. Fuck that. I ain't bought no alcohol in 10 years. I got shit quality, and I don't even care. My camera quality is trash. My audio quality is trash. Yo, what up, that crash? That crash out. I'm pretty old, man. I'm a grown man. Yep. Kind of worries me, you know, the older you get, the more there's a chance that you could wear yourself out, go to sleep and not wake up. I saw one of those documentaries about the ravers in their 50s, and they get too wore out and they go to sleep, they don't wake up. That ain't cool, you know? Have fun while you're young. Don't wait till you're old. But just do it right, you know? Like, don't be getting too wild. No, but I'm 38. Just, once you turn 34, I've looked into that life extension technology stuff. There is a microbiologist / scientist that's talking about folks could live a lot longer. It's just, it takes drugs to live longer. There's some kind of drugs that he was talking about. He said the rich people probably gonna get it first. Yeah, guns are, they're against the guidelines on YouTube. I don't know. There's a lot of channels like that, though. I don't know if they're monetized. I think it's against the guidelines. I did kind of scroll down a little bit, read a little bit of the guidelines, you know. But yeah, it's crazy how they took all the guns away in other parts of the world. And then they made it where you gotta have a license. I don't have any drugs. I was just talking about raving. You ever raved? Yep, my body has drugs in it, the DMT. Your body has drugs in it too. That's how you have vivid dreams. You know, right before you die, you'll have a very vivid daydream. It's the DMT. Yeah, but I have seen life after death, though. My little bro died, and after the funeral, he made my pictures crooked, and then something told me to take it apart And he told me he was sorry. It looked like chicken scratches. And then it said, "I'm sorry," with his name on it. Yeah. Yeah, my mama really loved Jesus. She had a dream about Jesus before she died. Alcohol is what killed her. We're on this little bubble surrounded by blue. It protects us from the sun. Folks used to worship the sun. The sun is all we got. Love Jesus. Jesus is the sun. The only sun that we have. Without the sun, we're all dead. The sun is what gives us life. But the earth protects us, but the sun is what created it. The sun is so huge, it just sucks everything into the solar system, and then we got all these planets. I'm just a monkey. I'm an animal. You're an animal. We're all animals. I was born like an animal, I'm gonna die like an animal. It's just the way it is. But I do believe in life after death. I just think it's residual. I think people are born again, but they don't remember their past lives. There's been people that was born again, and they remembered their past lives when they was a kid. I kind of believe that. Yeah. I've been through the ups and downs of life. It can get depressing. You don't want to care too much. If you care too much, the world brings you down. Especially if you're around negative people, you're going to be stuck in the negative mindset. You know? When I'm around friends, I want to be positive. I don't want negative friends. Negative friends are just complaining. They're not happy. There's a lot to be unhappy about, but we got to push all that aside. It's just like, turn off the news. You got to respect drugs. You got to respect drugs, man. You got to respect drugs. Moderation is key. Some folks get addicted to a drug and they don't want to stop. It takes a drug to get off of a drug. Or just traumatic experiences make you not want to do it no more. So yeah. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks doing too much. I know, I've been there. But I just appreciate having a good time, you know? It's like, it takes so much money to have a good time. It takes so much money to take a vacation. And a lot of people like drugs because it's a vacation. As long as it's relieving stress, it's all right. But if it's causing stress, that's the problem. You know, it's not good to do drugs by yourself. It's more dangerous doing drugs by yourself. Once you start just doing drugs by yourself, it's easier to hurt yourself. You know, doing drugs with friends, it's a lot easier to take care of one another. But it is what it is. Everybody goes through these things. Some folks ain't so lucky. I understand. Alcohol made me wreck my cars. Made me flip upside down in the ditch. Blacked out drunk, don't remember nothing. That's the worst drug for me. I hate that shit. It sucks waking up in jail not knowing what the hell happened. It's traumatizing. And I regret it. I regret not respecting alcohol. That drug demands loads of respect. All drugs demand respect. But yep, if we didn't know anything about drugs, we wouldn't have any pain medicine. Folks having legs amputated, arms amputated, going through surgery. Without the knowledge of drugs, that stuff would be so painful. I had my wisdom teeth cut out. They put me to sleep with drugs. I don't know what drug it was. It was anesthesia. Then they gave me drugs on the way home. Pain pills. I respect drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like what Alexander Shulgin said. Folks need to specify what they're talking about when they say drugs. There's like this broad spectrum of so-called drugs, but when you say drugs, what drug are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Advil, Tylenol, morphine, methadone. Which drugs? Sugar? Smart people like drugs. People are afraid of what they don't know. Alcohol is like the oldest drug recipe that we have, but before that, it was magic mushrooms and peyote, all the hallucinogenics. You know, the ancient Egyptians, they say that they worship, that they favored, like they put in their art, the blue lotus. It's some kind of a drug. I don't know what the blue lotus does, but it's some type of drug. You know, there's hallucinogens, and pathogens. You know, the raver drug is an empathogen. It gives you love, empathy, caring, and it turns you on. There's the opioids. That's for pain. There's the dopamine drugs. That's like methamphetamine. Alcohol is a depressant. Tobacco is a sedative. Coffee is a stimulant. Cannabis is a stimulant. But when comparing alcohol to MDMA, it has a lot of similarities at the very beginning. At the very beginning, it has a lot of similarities. Like Alexander Shulgin said when he took that his first time on the train ride. Slight alcoholic intoxication. In the mood to socialize. And he wrote that down in his journal. You know, it's on that documentary, Dirty Pictures. Dirty Pictures. Go watch the documentary Dirty Pictures. It's the godfather of ecstasy. Germany was the first ones to synthesize it, but they didn't even try enough of it on themselves or something. They didn't know what it was until the chemist from California help the therapists and everybody know about it. The therapists were the first ones to, be prescribing it to people before it was illegal. They have done psilocybin therapy sessions, MDMA therapy sessions, and it helps people talk. It helps people talk about their traumatic experiences and kind of get over it and everything, and they feel better about it. From MAPS, MAPS, they was trying to get it to go through, but not enough folks or whatever was behind it, so they didn't quite get it to go through this year or something like that for therapy for PTSD. Because YouTube hasn't recommended me a bunch of MAPS stuff, but I am subscribed to MAPS. I forgot what it stands for. But the natives used to be doing psilocybin. They still do. There's tribal people that still do magic mushrooms over there in South America. There's tribal people that have been doing ayahuasca. When the magic mushrooms became popular in the 50s, folks was going down to Mexico to try it. But it's everywhere. Like, holy cow, comes from the cow. But there's more varieties of magic mushrooms in Mexico. They say it's like 26 different types of magic mushroom psilocybins in Mexico. And so all that kind of took its part. It played out. The white man went down to Mexico and recorded everything and tried it and went back and made a video about it, whatever, documentary. And I think the same thing happened in South America with ayahuasca. Because it's like, a lot of folks these days, they find out about ayahuasca, then they want to take a trip to South America just to try it. Like Graham Hancock. But he says it gives you diarrhea. Well, yeah, a lot of drugs give you diarrhea. Alcohol give me diarrhea. But you're not going to learn about it if you don't do your own research. I'm just spouting off what I know, because I done did some delving into all that on YouTube. You're not going to learn about drugs if you don't try. I'm gonna chip my teeth one day. This video is not for kids. I have to click that every time. Must be teenagers still coming in. I should pick the 18 and up. But then it doesn't get shown to the majority of YouTube. But yeah, that's what it's like, you gotta deal with a bunch of ignorance and judgmentalness, trying to express yourself about having fun on a particular drug that might still be illegal. But, you know, how are folks supposed to know about it if you don't express your opinion? I'm utilizing my right of freedom of speech. I'm not over here promoting alcohol. I watch folks get drunk on live streams. I don't miss it. Makes people brain dead. Maybe because they're not respecting it. And I'm not going to tell them to lay off of it. It's their right, it's their choice, it's their freedom, it's their life. Drugs are for grown-ups. Carl Hart, read his book. Buy his book. Drugs are for grown-ups. I wholeheartedly agree with what he says. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's America. They say there was nothing in the Constitution about being against drugs. All that stuff came later because they wasn't getting the tax dollars. When something's illegal, they're not getting the tax dollars. Then they follow the money trail. They'd be a lot happier if they was getting their tax dollars. It's $20 a pill in the therapy sessions, the MDMA. If it was legal, it'd probably be $20 a pill. I seen a dude from, like, at a rave. Yo, what up, Abhishek? He had a pill from 1985 because they was making a bunch of them in 1985. There was this dude at Shambhala that told that shaman, psyched shaman, or whatever his name is. He's a YouTuber that talks about drugs a lot and raving. He has thousands and thousands of subscribers, so I know it works. The algorithm is not so prejudiced against drugs when that guy has possibly hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But he talked to this one dude at Shambhala, and this dude at Shambhala, he looked like a hippie, but he was happy to be there, and he was proud to show his pills. He had ecstasy pills from 1985. They're still good. They made a bunch of them in California. I think it was green. Anyways, once you experience something like that, all the money in the world, all the luxuries, all the sports cars, it don't mean nothing. It's just really expensive toys. It's just showing off. People work their entire lives for a nice house in America just to be able to raise a family. But it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to get a 30-year mortgage. In Europe, they don't do 30-year mortgages. They do 10, 15-year mortgages. Unless they're trying to change it. But you know, it's like buy your land, buy your property. Renting is okay. It's okay to rent. A lot of them people with the mortgages, they feel like they're renting their entire lives. What they don't count in is the mortgage insurance. It's like when folks go get a brand new car off the lot, they don't factor in the full coverage insurance. Then it becomes a hardship for a few years. I've had spiritual awakening. I've had spiritual, just, you know, I'm with Alexander Shulgin on it. The dude lived to be 88 years old, and he tested a lot of drugs on himself. I respect that. But it'd be cool to go to a rave, make a vlog, and then come back home and try to upload it. Even if you're old, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to go to a rave if you're old. Just don't go too hard. You know what I'm saying? I seen a gray-haired man at a Charlotte DeWitt rave in Tomorrowland. And the shirt that he had on was "Play techno at my funeral." His shirt that he had on was "Play techno at my funeral." I kind of feel for the folks in the Middle East. It's like they have no idea. I don't know. I think it's illegal for them to do alcohol. But I hear it's really popular in India. Them Indians be raving, son. But yeah, don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't be ashamed. The more people that speak their truth, the better. Because what are we here on the planet for? To work and slave away for the rest of our lives just for some property? You know? Have you ever actually thought about it? Wealth and cars and clothes. The money, the power. No. The power comes from within you. There's more to life than just materialism. You're gonna be happy in your big house all by yourself? Go for it. I ain't here to tell y'all how to live y'all's life. Y'all live y'all's life how y'all want to. This is America, you know? All them problems that they have in those blue states, it ain't like that in the red states. Yeah, but that's the best part about Raven, you know, everybody that goes there, they're all there for the same reason. They're cool. Or at least most of them. You know, how do you feel about where you live? Are you oppressed? Depressed? Know your rights. Study your rights. Print out the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all that. I got an HP printer, don't even want to use it. It's a subscription-based thing. I want the Epson, the one where you do the tubes full of stuff. I don't want these little cartridges I gotta get. They run out too fast. So basically I wasted $100 on a printer I don't even like because it's a subscription based, but I heard I can get the regular HP ink and that'll work. Yeah, but my mama told me the only thing my little bro had in his system when they did the autopsy was alcohol. I don't know. I know he was a crybaby. He would whine and whine and whine. But he was cool as fuck. We used to smoke weed together. But at the end of the day, we all have our freedoms. And if he chose to drink alcohol, that was his choice. Gotta respect what folks have been through. Stop judging. Stop judging so much. Make you unhappy. Make you an unhappy person. Make you complain about a bunch of stuff. Being around negative people, all they do is complain, man. It's always something to complain about. Like, have you ever had a good time? Have you ever went out with friends? It's not about going to jail. That's why I say, run the gauntlet. Oh, man. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Man, them old school hits was so much more just, they gave more energy than the newer ones. Like the newer techno. Like somebody made a comment on Facebook that the newer techno puts them to sleep. Then he deleted his comment. But I know what he's talking about. A bunch of the newer stuff, they try to make it sound sexy, and it's just like boring. You know, them old classic acid hits from like the early 90s, late 80s. It's like dun 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 dun. Do the siren. Dun, 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 dun. I swear that song must have played like, man, there's like so many samples they all shared. It's like hard to pinpoint like a specific song because the samples will be like spread out. It's like everybody was sharing the same type samples and stuff. But it's mainly like a piano that's been changed. Like the tune is distorted or something. I forgot what they call it. Yeah, but I'm interested in making music. I'd like to make music. This is acid. Yeah, that's that acid house song on San Andreas. Call it acid. Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's like when you tell somebody not to do drugs, it's like telling a supercross star stop riding their dirt bike and jumping it so far. Because if you try to jump your dirt bike so far, you probably hurt yourself too. Well, yeah, it's dangerous. But does he have fun? Does he love what he do? Hell yeah. Travis Pastrana's a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? UFC fighters, champions. There's a chance they could die in the ring. That's a bloody sport. Folks can get their neck broke, throat punched, you know, all those illegal moves. John Jones could have killed Lyoto Machida with that chokehold. You know, they can all kill each other with the chokes. You choke somebody to death, they get lack of oxygen in their brain. That's it. That's a brutal sport. And it's legal. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy of society. The hypocrisy. I seen a guy playing basketball. He got his back broke. Paralyzed. Just from playing basketball on a team. It's really sad. You know, that Owen Hart guy, that WWE wrestler that fell from the ceiling and landed in the ring and died because his equipment failed, or, you know, something happened. Race car drivers, sometimes they get a flat, then they have a crash and they die. People pay to see that stuff. They don't hope that people's gonna die, but I'm saying it's a dangerous sport. And it's legal. I could have been a lawyer, but I don't like it. I don't like arguing with folks. That's what lawyers do. Just throw out debate, throw out logic, just When it's relevant, it's relevant. But when it's irrelevant, it's irrelevant. Like that guy from Europe, I forgot his name, but he's a really famous guy. And he's like, why do you Americans tell each other what they should and shouldn't do when it comes to, I don't know, he was talking about like, you know, folks saying you shouldn't smoke. It makes no sense. Telling somebody that they shouldn't smoke tobacco, like, it's their life. And I used to be like that when I was younger. It used to really irritate me because I felt like drugs were bad, tobacco was bad, it's cancer, blah, 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 blah. And then I got older, and then I realized how much stress there is being older. Life is very stressful because people die, your family dies, they die off, and especially going to the funerals, that is so stressful. And it's a lot better to have fun. How you have fun is your choice. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? If you want to jump in a swimming pool from 50 feet up, that's your choice. But I ain't gonna sit here and be like, oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Oh. It's their life. I mean, I got some legal weed that I bought, and it's gone. That's tobacco, but I had legal weed. I got some cigarettes. If I was on ecstasy, I wouldn't really want to be on YouTube Live. The fuck I want to sit here and look at myself for? But that's what it's like dealing with folks that don't even know what you're talking about. And when you say drugs, what drug are you talking about? Makes no sense. And if you're scared to take a drug, you don't know what's in it, they got some adulterants in it, test your drugs. Buy test kits. Because if you don't, you're just gambling. You're just gambling like buying some crypto. You're gonna buy some crypto, then they pump and dump, and then you ain't got no more money. That sucks. There's been people that lost their whole life savings because they bought some crypto and then it was a pump and dump scheme and then they lost all their money. What's the point? if y'all don't have paper money, if we don't have paper money anymore, you ain't gonna have no more privacy. They're gonna try to reassure you that you have privacy with your digital currency, with your digital money, but there's no privacy in that. When they take all the paper money away, but folks are convinced that it's a good thing because they've made money off of it. But the folks that have lost their money, they regret it. That's why I didn't buy into it. I mean, yeah, I could have a lot more money because I bought some crypto, but I'd rather listen to the professional banker that quit her job because she realized that a bunch of money got stolen in the black budget. She's trying to warn folks. Subscribe to the Solari Report. I wonder what she has to say about Doge. But she's in her 80s now. I really do hope Trump releases Ross Ulbricht, the guy that was co-founder of Silk Road. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he was helping a lot of people because drugs are overpriced. Big pharma. There's a lot of folks that was in pain and they don't have enough money to afford the legal drugs because it's overpriced. They price gouge the shit out of Americans. Unless you're poor, and then you get the Medicaid, Medicare, whatever. It's just insane. There's folks making a lot of money and they pay a lot of money for health insurance. They have free health care in Europe. A lot of the college is cheaper too, or free. I could be going to college right now, but I gotta pay for it. The cheapest thing I can go to college for is to be riding in a meat wagon or driving a big truck. It's only $500. I already peeped that stuff out. I went to college for drafting and design. I didn't like it. It's got a bunch of math. And it's boring. It's really boring. I regretted quitting my job to go to college. It was a mistake, but at least I got to learn from my experience. I was making more money with a real job than what I went to college for. If I would have graduated from that class, they would only pay me $7 an hour. And then she was like, it'll get bumped up to $14 an hour. I was like, what the fuck? I was just getting paid $17 an hour. And I quit my job for this shit? I should have went for something else, like welding. So good luck. Go for it. But if you're all about drugs and you're trying to be responsible with your life and keep a real job, you're gonna have to keep it a secret. So I get it. I completely get it. I know y'all can't talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk about it to a lot of folks because a lot of folks are judgmental. Once they find out about it, they tell somebody else and they tell somebody else and that somebody else tells somebody else. Before you know it, the whole fucking town knows you like drugs. And I don't care. I don't care what people think. They're doing the dumb drug anyways. I got problems with alcohol. That shit just about ruined me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Come home getting drunk and then arguing and stuff. It ain't worth it, man. I done lived through that. I was a kid through that. Drugs bite back. Alcohol bites back. It's gonna cause an argument. You're gonna be fighting over some dumb shit. And I should have known. I should have known better. Because I didn't respect it enough. For just that slight little buzz. It's just that slight little buzz, dude. That's all there is to alcohol. After that, it's fucking trash. It's trash. Now they selling these little bitty bottles of hard liquor at the store. Like little bitty like this. With some whiskey in it. Or some gin. Or some vodka. But it's better to drink the pure stuff than to do the beer, because I heard the beer will make you black out faster, which is probably what happened to me. To the radio. Goswami. You know, we used to have a lot of problems with worms and parasites in our body. Then we had to use drugs to get them out. I think there's drugs in red pepper. And garlic. But what is drugs? What kind of drug you talking about? Caspian. Ain't it called Caspian? Capsaicin. There you go. That's it. Capsaicin. Yeah, I think all the Middle Easterners can do is coffee and tobacco. I don't know. I seen some Afghan Kush. Yeah, Iraq was growing a lot of opium. Well, they say that on the news. 90% of the world's supply of opium. They was protecting a bunch of their poppy seed plantations because that's the majority of their global domestic product. People cherish opium because it's an opioid that helps fight pain. There's a lot of folks that have pain. The older I've gotten, the more I've developed pain, and I don't like it. But I've tried morphine. One of my friends broke his leg, and he gave me a morphine pill, and I tried it, and it was good. But these days, trying to get some pills off the streets is dangerous. So it's like done killed the party scene. Or the drug scene, whatever. Folks rather go to the doctor these days to get their pain pills. So that's what the problem is today. But if it's legal to grow poppy plants, I heard from this crazy guy that it was legal to grow poppy plants, like to make tea from the leaves or something. But he's crazy. I don't know if I believe that guy. He'd be talking about aliens and the moon and shit. I don't really believe him after listening to him for a long time. I think he just makes stuff up. He's one of those compulsive liars. Just want the attention. Act like he know everything, but he don't. He's just making shit up. Act like his source is the computer, like he's a linguistics or whatever. Man, the earth gave us all these drugs. And folks still don't respect drugs. Maybe they're not going to respect it until they're in their mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some folks just scared to try it because they're scared to go to jail. Good luck on your raving journey. I don't want nothing to do with it. If y'all rave, good for you. Like I said, I don't even know who y'all are. I don't even know who's listening to me. If y'all ravers, good. Subscribe to the channel. I'm a raver. If y'all ain't, I'm sorry, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But I ain't condoning it for nobody. I'm just speaking for myself. Like I said, folks just don't talk about it because they got too much on their reputation and all that. It's a secret. But we have to express ourselves about how amazing it feels. It's like the most amazing feeling I've ever felt. It's the most amazing feeling I've ever felt on MDMA. MDA. 3,4-methyl-dioxymethamphetamine. Just don't do too much. Don't do too much, you won't get all the side effects. You know, it's like don't do too much alcohol so you don't get all of them side effects. It's the same thing. It's just some folks could be allergic to it. You don't want to be allergic to it. I'm allergic to grass and ants. I don't know. It just made me itch. I'm not really that allergic. At one point, I thought I was allergic to alcohol. They had me believing that at the classes I had to take with probation, the AA classes, Alcoholic Anonymous classes. There was a guy in there that told me about that book that he read, and he said that he thinks he's allergic. He thought I was allergic because we all had to tell our story. I wrote down my essay before my last time to go, and it took me a long time to read it. But I was reading it. They loved it. And that's when that one guy told me he thought that I was probably allergic to alcohol because it made me black out so easy. But it didn't used to be like that. I didn't start blacking out so bad until after I was about 20, 21. Because before that, like I remember seeing double, and I would go like this. See, it was probably the hard liquor. It was the hard liquor. So I wasn't blacking out. It's that beer. It's that beer make people black out. I don't know. It's hard to remember these things. But I ain't gonna try it again just to prove it. I've already experienced life. I've already experienced life. I just miss it. I miss being young. Once you get to your late 30s, you're going to realize that your life done just about passed you by. Now you're going to have to get comfortable with getting old. And that's what sucks. So I feel like because where I was born, in my part of the world, there's not much ravers. There's not much rave culture here. There's like zero rave culture here in the South. Zero. It ain't nothing but the folks you went to school with, your real friends that know about it. But it's like, there ain't no festivals. There ain't no raver tents. See, like this right here. That looks like a party right there. old school party too. That's old school party right there. That look like France. You know, they say, well, I don't know, somebody posted a meme on Facebook talking about this drug from Egypt, or the Romans used to do this drug. That was a fish that came out of the sea. It was a little fish. They would dry it, and it was hallucinogenic. So they'd be tripping for hours. Yeah, that looks like a party. One of them Victorian parties. If you truly care about yourself, if you truly care about your life, you'll never kill yourself like my little bro did. He regretted that shit. That's why he told me he was sorry after he died. Because it fucked up the family. It fucked us all up. Mentally. Physically. It made us sick. He was white. My little bro was white. White as you can get. Blonde hair, blue eyes. White, white. He was awesome, man. Y'all don't get it. That's okay. I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking to. I'm just talking and it's weird. I'm gonna shut up now. Sorry for ranting and raving, but thank you, YouTube, for recommending me a raver video. Thank you so much. I hope that the world opens up to it a little bit more. I hope that they will take the scientific study of it, like with maps, and we could make a little bit more progress on if people can respect the drugs that the majority of folks love. They're not just party drugs. You know, MDMA, MDA, it's therapeutic. It's therapy. The sassafras is therapeutic. Like, I heard it was used for therapy for thousands of years when the Europeans discovered the Americas. They found lots of sassafras trees, and they loved the saffron oil, and they started doing logging, and they carried a bunch of it back to Europe. So it would serve me good to research what saffron oil was used for in terms of its therapeutic properties. And, you know, thank you for recommending me the Ray video. This is acid. Dun, 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 dun. If you ain't the party type, you just don't get it. And I understand that. Because I got a lot of family that ain't really the party type. You know what I'm saying? How good are you at talking to women and socializing and all that? If you ain't that good at it, you might not be the party type. I'm just talking so much because I'm looking at myself. I realize that I'm on YouTube live sharing information and just expressing myself. But if we was at a party, I probably wouldn't talk to you that much. And that's what it's like. Folks that party, folks that love to party, they don't really like to talk that much unless it's an intimate, deep conversation. So I have to date somebody that could speak English and have a deep conversation with me, an intelligent conversation, or I'm not going to be happy because I done tried that. If you can't speak good English like me, it's not going to work out. I'm sorry. But like, you know, if you have an accent, if your first language was a different language and English is your second language, I completely understand. It's like me trying to talk Spanish. Cuando me hablo español, es difícil para mí hablando español porque no me entiende todo el palabras. Mi español es terrible porque no tiene mucho escuela en español. And so I sound like that with that accent. So it's hard for me to talk in Spanish and have a deep conversation with a Spanish woman. Lo siento, mi español no es bueno. And, you know, like there's not gonna be a deep conversation there. Ever. And it sucks. I suck. I just suck at Spanish. It's hard to learn another language. That stuff breaks your head. Gives you a headache. I do have a favorite classic song. One of my favorite classic songs is from Joey Beltram, and it's called Energy Flash. Should I play it? YouTube ain't paying me anyways, but maybe I shouldn't play it. They're anti-music. Which is sad because in the long run, those music artists will get more popular if YouTubers were able to, you know, okay, you can talk about what's your favorite music and all that, and you might could play it and stuff, but like you're probably not gonna get paid for it unless they send you a donation or something. So I guess I'll go ahead and play it. I already played it before though. What the hell? Fuck. Guess I'll forever be a poor YouTuber. No one watches my stuff anyways, even if I was really trying with this poor setup that I have. It's garbage. It's like such poor quality. It's ringing and everything. It's terrible. But I'll go to Spotify. I'll type in Joey Beltram. But that song, dun, 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 that's probably from the late 80s. I just don't know who the artist is. I forgot. Alright, I'm lagging. Fuck. Yeah, I probably won't make money on YouTube until I make like one of those raver documentaries or something. Joey Beltram. Yeah. I got 39,000 listeners. Energy Flash is the first one. Joey Beltram. Energy Flash is the first one that comes up on the popular. I already have it saved. But that's what it's like doing ecstasy. It's an energy flash. You just gotta eat right. Before and after. Sugar is the drug that hurts me the most. It hurt me this morning. Sugar did. Little Debbie. Them little Debbies hurt. Up in here. Do the Donald Trump. Sorry. mouthwash. Yeah, Joey Beltram. I'll holla at y'all later. I resent the ignorance.